34 fights, 34 wins, and twice a world champion. Tonight, Chris Eubank makes the 6th defense of his world super middleweight title, the WBO version. Can Lyndall Holmes succeed where 34 others have failed? Eubank is back. The world title is up for grabs now on ProBox. Good evening and welcome live to ringside at Olympia in West London. I'm David Brenner. Sitting alongside me is the former WBA featherweight champion of the world and the president of the Professional Boxers Association, Barry McGuigan. 2 championship fights lined up for you tonight. This is the first, Michael Ayers against Danny Myburgh for the WBC International Lightweight title. Myburgh, Ayers, later Holmes, Eubank. An evening of 2 championship bouts on Europe's #1 live-rated boxing program. That's ProBox, of course. First fight, as I say, Michael Ayers against Danny Myburgh of South Africa. This is the defense, the first defense of the WBC International title that we saw Michael Ayers win against the Australian Scott Brower in October of last year. And here comes the South African Danny Myburgh. There's the record, and not bad at all. Won the South African title, some say a little bit luckily, against Aladdin Stevens' 12-round points decision back in June of last year. Had 1 fight since then against Juma Kutundo, won that inside 7 rounds in Joburg. There's his veteran trainer, will he lock in with him? Myburgh, you can just see on the left-hand side of your picture, making his way around the ring. And we await Michael Shaka Ayers, looking very relaxed. And here comes the champion now. Unbeaten is Michael Ayers, but having fight unlucky 13 tonight. Freddie King with a championship belt. There we are, a perfect record. The only time Michael Ayers gone the distance against the Argentinian Jorge Pompey. We saw that in Hamburg at the tail end of January last year. An 8-round points win. So the champion in, the challenger in, the referee in too. That's Bob Logist of Belgium. You can see him in the background. MC is Mike Goodall. Let's hear from him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to viewers on Screen Sports, Sport Canal, Sportnet and TV Sport throughout Europe to International Championship Boxing, promoted by Matchroom and sponsored by the Daily Mirror and Sunday Mirror newspapers, live from London's Olympia. Your officials this evening are all appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. The officials for this contest, the supervisor in charge is Mr. John Morris of the British Boxing Board of Control. The judges, Mr. Fernando Fernandez of Spain, Mr. Alfred Arbaro of France, and the referee in charge of the action for this contest, Mr. Bob Logist from Belgium, the timekeeper, Mr. Lou Hubbard, and the matchmaker, Mr. Frank Turner. This contest, ladies and gentlemen, is a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the WBC International Lightweight Championship between, introducing in the red corner, the challenger from South Africa. His record reads 18 wins, 8 by KO, 4 losses and 4 draws. The lightweight champion of South Africa, Danny Myburgh.
And a bit of history, Danny Myburgh making the
And in
first
the blue
ever
corner,
South
wearing the
African
blue
to challenge
trunks from
for
London,
a
with a
WBC
record
title.
of 12 wins, 11
Boxers
by
from that
KO,
country were banned
the
because of
international
the
lightweight champion,
apartheid situation in South Africa until very, very recently. So Danny Myburgh making history for South African boxing here in West London tonight.
The WBC International Lightweight Championship.
Yeah, Freddie King just came over and had a brief chat with him there. Said this guy's in great shape. He doesn't have to tell me that. I just got to have a look at him.
Well, Michael Ayres always focused. For me, he gets better every fight, Barry.
Yeah, he's mature and he was inclined to be one-paced and one-dimensional. But in his last number of contests, he started to box a bit better and use his flexibility and use his boxing ability.
So this is scheduled for 12 rounds. The champion is Michael Ayres of Great Britain. He's in blue. The challenger from South Africa is Danny Myburgh. He's in white. Note the fairly heavy strapping round the South African's right knee.
Heavily bandaged knee. That's not a good sign. And he
Referee Bob Lowe, just to Belgium. Sorry, Barry.
looks very frail looking, Dave. He looks very frail looking indeed, and hands held high, and very amateurish style. I mean, we'll find out just whether or not he's durable very quickly, because Ayres is a bit of a banger and a strong guy at that. Oh, this looks like very much a one-sided fight to begin with anyway.
Well, Myburgh coming into this with good credentials. Started his professional career as a welterweight, came down to light welter, now boxing at lightweight. So he's dropped the best part of a stone in his professional career, which is a lot to give away.
Yeah, he looks very apprehensive. He looks very frail looking, very apprehensive. No power at all. You know, he's just got his hands up in front of him, patting Ayres like an old woman. He's not going to keep him off in that way. And Ayres will just measure him and steamroll over the top of him. He's got to start dishing out some sort of quality punches, Myburgh, but I don't think he has them. He's just very frail, very amateurish and very upright.
Well, it could be, as he ships a right hand, just frozen. Maybe that shot woke him up a little bit. He never fought outside Africa.
He looks very ordinary. I just don't know how this guy won any sort of a title. I don't want this to sound cruel to Michael Ayres, but he's putting up no sort of a fight at all. He looks really a real novice to me. Maybe he's durable, I don't know. We'll soon find out.
Well, he's had twice as many fights as Michael Ayres.
That's not going to help him. He's eating the punches here.
And Ayres is a strong and powerful hitter. Hardly be able to believe his luck, Michael Ayres, so far, I shouldn't think. Well, Ayres scooted that round. We'll go back with him. WBC International Lightweight Champion.
He's not even out of breath, Dave, there.
Unbelievable. Regular corner man, Freddie King. Alex Gower just on the outside of the ring holding the water bottle.
Spit.
And wow, all too easy for Ayres.
Yeah, a couple of good right hands he landed here. He puts Myburgh back. And he banged him with that right hand. That's right on the button. His leg dipped, and it was his bad knee that seemed to give way in him there as well. But it was a good shot. Actually, see it again here. Watch. Bop. right on the button, and he went back and staggered on that knee. It was a good shot. But Myburgh's doing nothing to keep him off. He just doesn't seem to have any power to be able to keep him off.
None at all, Barry. None at all.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So scheduled for 12, and if the first round's anything to go by, we're not even going to get within sniffing distance of 12.
Yeah, Freddie King will have told us, just go to work here, take this guy out of it, get him out nice and clean, and don't waste any shots at all, just hit him with everything before all over the top of him. He's coming out Myburgh now with a bit more of a determined look about him. You see, what I like about Ayres in the last few fights is he's keeping his hands up tight there. He's not losing his composure. And in past fights, he's inclined to got involved, and when somebody pushed him back, he got all tensed and started firing back. But he's now relaxing, keeping his cool, keeping his composure. He has his hands up tight, and he knows that Myburgh is not hurting him. He's just moving his position of his feet around and banging those shots in again. I like it. It's a good performance by him, and he's certainly developing into a more complete boxer.
And I'm sure Ayres will be encouraged by the fact that of South Africans' 4 defeats, 3 have come inside the distance. And Ayres does pack a very good shot. Not quite found his range yet, Ayres. He's fighting a taller man.
Myburgh, you know, with fair credit to him, in this round he's come out and he's pushed Ayres back and tried to throw a few punches, but he just doesn't have great boxing ability. He doesn't have any power. He's starting to loosen up a bit now. Maybe he's getting a bit more movement, and I'm not doing the guy credit, but I don't think Ayres is going to be too concerned about him. Ayres has held back his punches in this round.
Good right from Ayres.
Just as I said it, he banged over a corker of a right hand. Beautiful shot.
Ayres right above us and looking very focused.
Oh, good left hook too. Missed with the right, didn't miss with the left hook.
Every time an Ayres right lands, Myburgh wobbles.
Every time he opens up, Myburgh wobbles. He just, you know, every time he unloads with a combination, Myburgh's all over the shop. Looking very distressed looking.
He's just not at the races at the moment, is Myburgh.
Oh, good right hand from Ayres.
And you wonder how many of these big right hands Myburgh can take. End of the round.
Myburgh looks beat up there going back to the corner, and that right foot doesn't seem very good either.
Well, let's take a look at Danny Myburgh now. And his veteran cornerman, Willie Locke. And he's got Billy Aird with him, former heavyweight title contender. And he's, you see already a little graze. Looking just not set at all.
He just doesn't look prepared. He doesn't look like a champion, this guy. You know, there's that right hand from Ayres now. A little short when he puts, look at that one there, bang. That was a double right hand, good shot, right short hook, and switched his position, which was good, and banged the right hand in again. Good shot from Ayres, and good performance. All he has to do here is just keep it together, and then produce a good combination and wipe the floor with this guy. Well, he'll know at this stage, Dave, that this guy can't beat him. He will just want to finish it, and finish it in style.
No, all I can think of, from Myburgh's viewpoint, is that the occasion's getting to him.
No, it's not the occasion. It's his all-around ability. He just doesn't have anything. Good left hook to the body from Ayres. Yes, I noticed at the end of the run he started to sink in a couple of body shots, and because Myburgh has come down from welterweight, it won't do him any good sinking in those left hooks around the short ribs. But Ayres is just taking his time here. Look at the way he's composed. He's picking his shots. He's moving his upper body quite well, and he's going to place his shots whenever he feels it's the right time. Oh yes, lifting him up with an uppercut there. Not more blood now.
Yeah, the South African is cut. And the cut is above the right eye, and Bob Lowe just is having a look at it. Above the left eye, I should have said, beg your pardon. And that's a bad cut that Myburgh has picked up. Freddie King in the Ayres corner, waving his man on.
Oh, good left hook to the body from Ayres. That's a beautiful shot. Oh yes, they're the ones that hurt. Most of them
Myburgh in
right
trouble.
hand. Yeah, he's just beating up on him here. Myburgh's not going to last much longer.
No.
Those body shots are beautiful. It wasn't the cut eye that's hurting him as much as the body shots. Really whacked him in.
And Ayres doing whatever he likes in this round. Last minute, we're in the third. Myburgh in sad straits. Almost trying to pour Ayres away from him. But Ayres,
Blood's
strong
dripping
man.
out of that cut. Dave, that's really bad. Blood's just pouring out of it. The referee's taking a close look at things here. He's about to pounce.
Ayres supporters getting behind him. Bob Lowe just having another very careful look. Myburgh flicks the blood out of his eye.
Ayres will want to hit him clean and finish him with a clean shot. That's why he's trying to keep his distance and hit him with a clean shot.
Good round by Ayres.
And this guy's a sorry state going back to the corner. Very bad looking face.
Well, they will give the corner every chance. Now, Billy Aird working on the cut, 1 in 1,000 adrenaline, Vaseline, bleeding from the nose as well.
Yeah, the adrenaline can only do so much work. That's a very nasty cut. 60 seconds won't be enough to hold that, clot that blood and hold it together. It's a wide looking cut. It's like a doubled edge, it's like a jagged edge cut.
Well, I'm sorry, all of those of you watching this live in South Africa. It's not good for the lightweight champion of South Africa, Danny Myburgh. In fact, it is anything but good, and he, I fear, has not long left in this contest.
Oh, it's just one single cut. It's a nasty one, but what is it? It's a jagged looking cut. No doubt, it's a very nasty looking one. There's not much left in this fight, that's for absolute sure.
I think they'll give him 1 round, maybe 2, top whack, but we'll see what Willie Locke and Billy Aird have been able to do with that cut in the minute break they've had. Round 4, Michael Ayres, the champion from London in blue, Danny Myburgh, the lightweight champion of South Africa in white, in trouble, and on the receiving end yet again.
It's the body shots that Myburgh's concerned about. Look at the way those elbows are tucking down.
And a glint in Ayres' eyes now.
Ayres is not even set down on his punches yet. He's not planting his punches. He's not really digging them. Those are arms punches, but the body shots are solid. You see what he's doing? He's just placing them with the long, light punches and then getting his feet set for a body shot.
The eye bleeding again.
They couldn't possibly hold that together with 60 seconds. It's a nasty, nasty cut. Now look at those body shots. They're really ripping in there.
And Ayres really hasn't moved out of first gear.
The referee's ready to pounce, Dave.
And yet again, Myburgh has really got to give it some sort of finish. Try and land something. He's in awful trouble. Lowe just is going to stop this. I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he's taking far too much. He's just getting beat up here.
Myburgh above us, taking punishment. Midway through round 4. Scheduled 12. It'll never go 12.
The referee's watching. Every time Myburgh throws back, he pulls back, but when he's getting a beating, he's right on top of him there. That's good refereeing. Oh, those body shots again. Myburgh, in fairness to him, is trying his best to come back, but actually he slipped over there.
Just a slip.
More of a slip.
Well,
He's going to give him a
he's
count.
given him a mandatory count. Ayres looks disgusted. The crowd boo. Well, I don't want to take anything away from Myburgh, but well, he's had his man down. Ayres has taken a count. That's what will go in the record books. All credit to him. Well done, Myburgh.
We get a closer look at that after the bell, but it just seemed for some reason Ayres was off balance, but he went over, not from what I thought was a good punch. Oh, and Myburgh's leg again seemed to, when he gets them right hands and goes back on the left foot.
We will take a short break at the end of this round. Join us again in just a moment at Olympia.
That knockdown, Dave, it looked very suspect to me. Ayres seemed to be off balance. No, it was his legs, he was off balance, and he got knocked over. Myburgh was delighted, but he wasn't knocked down. It wasn't a legitimate knockdown.
Well, nevertheless, something to encourage everyone watching this in South Africa. You never know, Myburgh
The referee
could pull out an
has
upset.
stopped the fight.
No,
No? What's happening?
I think. Well, I'm not sure what Bob Lowe just has done. No, he stopped the contest because of the damage
Yeah.
to Myburgh's left eye.
Yeah.
Myburgh looks suitably disgusted, but disgusted or not, he has lost. The fight is over, and Michael Ayres is still WBC International Lightweight Champion.
It wasn't the best way to stop the fight. He should have let it go on for the first minute or so. I feel sure Ayres was an empty win for Ayres, because I feel sure he would have ended the fight in this round, whether by cut or by stoppage. But it's an empty win now, the way things have been terminated.
Well, that'll go down as a fifth round win for Michael Shaka Ayres. Let's get the official announcement from Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by a TKO because of a damaged left eye, Michael Ayres. Undefeated WBC International Lightweight Champion.
So, Michael Ayres still a champion. We've got another cracking world-class fighter coming up after the break. The Irishman Steve Collins. Join us live at ringside at Olympia in a moment. Welcome back. David Brenner, Barry McGuigan with you live at ringside at Olympia. We've seen Michael Ayres successfully defend his WBC International Lightweight title. He stopped Danny Myburgh of South Africa in 5 rounds. And that gives us a chance to see a new addition to the Matchroom stable, the Irishman Steve Collins. Steve Collins against Ian Strudwick, that is next, and that will be followed by the main event of the evening, Chris Eubank against Lyndall Holmes for the WBO World Super Middleweight title. So we await the arrival of Ian Strudwick, who is appearing on ProBox tonight for the 6th time. Here he comes, tough character. He's lost his last 2 on ProBox against Slugger O'Toole for the vacant British Super Middle title. And then he gave Chris Pyatt a very, very hard 10-rounder. In May of last year, up at the Indoor Arena in Birmingham, Pyatt got the nod, but Strudwick pushed him all the way. So there's the record. Not a big puncher, just 3 of the 14 wins by the short route. So we wait for Steve Collins, who has come back to Europe after very, very nearly, but not quite, Barry McGuigan becoming world champion. Lost to Reggie Johnson, lost to Mike McCallum. Since coming back, he's lost to Sambu Kalambe, and that was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, well, he lost to Kalambe, but it was a very close decision. In fact, they thought that he'd won it. He'd done enough to get the decision. And really, he's still one of the best middleweights in the world, unquestionably. And tonight, I believe he is wearing the emblem of the Professional Boxers Association. He is, of course, on the committee, and we're delighted to have him. That, in fact, was what Freddie King was telling me before the last fight.
Now in he comes. Freddie King's in with him. Jason King. And Mike Goodall, the man with the mic, yet again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with a middleweight contest of 8 3-minute rounds between the red corner, wearing the red and white trunks, from Hockley, the super middleweight champion of the southern area, Ian Strudwick. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the green trunks, from Dublin, welcome for Steve Collins. At today's weigh-in, Strudwick scaled 11 stone 9.5 pounds.
Oh, there's
Collins,
Steve
11
Collins.
stone 8 3/4
And
pounds.
you see
Your referee
PBA
for this contest, Mr.
in
Larry
gold on the
O'Connell,
left leg.
might
That
be
stands for
the
Professional
fighting.
Boxers Association. And Barry McGuigan is far too modest to mention that his fellow professionals voted him president. That's a nice honour for you, Barry.
Yeah, super. And we're delighted to have Steve on the committee. And I hope he's sharper tonight. He was a wee bit ring rusty the last night. I'd like to see a bit more sharpness from him tonight. This is going to be a tough contest for him.
Like Strudwick, Collins not regarded as a big puncher, a stiff puncher, but not a big puncher.
Have you no doubt he's banging. He's Freddie King has told me he's been working on getting him to plant his feet properly and put more weight behind his punches. And when I saw him fight against McCallum, it didn't look like it was a non-puncher. He's punching solid. He wants to.
Oh, right hand!
Upper right hand.
Down.
Who says he can't punch? What a cracker! Beautiful shot.
Up at 8.
It's impressive for him now.
Larry O'Connell has a look at the Strudwick eyes. Collins means business. He really does. Oh, this is good.
Yeah, he's got to hold his composure now. He can't allow it to get to him. Just got to hold it together. He's not really an offensive fighter, so this is all new to him, so he's got to hold it together. He doesn't often knock these guys on the floor, but there's no doubt that he's punching better, and particularly with that right hand. Just got to hold it together, and if he keeps his cool, bangs that jab out, feints with the jab, pops over the right hand, this fight could be over. All he's got to do is hold it together, relax. Oh, that right hand is wicked looking. Haven't seen it as good before. He's got Strudwick at 6s and 7s
He
again.
certainly has.
This will be a big win for him if he can win this fight in the first round, that's for sure.
And Strudwick all of a sudden looks very apprehensive. This is a real step up in class for him. Grin from Collins. Oh, a minute to go in round 1 for an explosive start for Collins in the green.
Yeah, he's just cooled it down now. He's catching his breath. He put a really spirited effort in there to try and stop him. But he's just holding it together again and trying to set his attacks up. He wiped his gloves on Derek. That is incredible. That is something else, I'll tell you. You talk about a seasoned pro. Oh, that's good.
Well, you know, when you've spent most of your fighting life in America, or 95% of your fighting life in America, you learn all the little tricks of the trade.
I haven't seen that one before, and I've learned a few. That's a good one. Obviously, there was Vaseline on his gloves. He just wiped them off on Larry O'Connell's shirt.
Big first round for Steve Collins. We go back with Irish Steve Collins, as he was known in Boston. He was managed by the Petronellis there, who looked after the career of the marvellous one, Marvin Hagler. And they loved him in Boston, not surprisingly, really, with half Boston's Irish.
No, choke me.
Just let's have a look at this right hand. Watch what happens. Pop! Look at that for a shot. Right on the button. That's perfect. And what he done is he used Strudwick's momentum. As Strudwick's coming forward, watch, wallop. Just met him halfway through his move with the right hand. And that was it. Just as easy as that. And watch Strudwick coming forward. It's his weight that's actually doing the damage to himself. But that's a great shot. Now, he wasn't able to capitalize on that. He wasn't able to hit him clean after that. But he did hurt him on several occasions after.
Well, Strudwick now knows what it's like to campaign at top level. This is scheduled for 8 rounds. In Strudwick from Hockley in the red and white. Steve Collins from Dublin in what else? Green.
No, he's working on that right hand and trying to put more weight behind it. And he's obviously trying to also work on his offense to get his feet in position to come forward. Because he's been a defensive fighter, he's concentrated all the time on being up on the balls of his feet, on the toes of his feet, to get himself to move around the ring without digging his heels in. Now he's concentrating on getting them heels dug in and keeping down there when he's planting his punches. That makes all the difference. That's where he can deliver and turn over the power. The Americans call it sitting down on his punches. Those attacks are really good. I mean, he's putting so much more weight into his punches. You know, I watched him beforehand. He's fighting a different class of opponent here, obviously, but Ian Strudwick has got a good chin. There's not many times he's been put down, and not many times he's been stopped. But he's doing the right thing, Strudwick, just keeping his hands up high, trying to keep his head moving, but he's been picked apart here by Collins, who's very relaxed. In some cases, even too relaxed, but he knows what he's about. He knows what he's doing.
Well, he fought Johnny Melfa on his British debut. That lasted 3 rounds. We saw that on Pro Box in Cardiff a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but he's much sharper this time. There's a different Steve Collins out here tonight. He looks trimmer, he looks lighter, he weighs lighter, and he looks faster and sharper. He's a big middleweight. He really is a big guy for the middleweight limit of 160 pounds. So you might actually see him. He wants to win a title at 160 pounds, or 11 stone 6, and then you might see him moving up the super middle.
Now, where have we heard that before?
Well, oh.
Well, not the explosive power that we saw in round 1.
Yeah, he's waiting for his chance here. He's trying to set Strudwick up. He's just taking his time and trying to plant his shots and pick his combinations. So instead of getting a great deal of quantity, he's just getting quality shots.
I think about the one thing you mentioned, Barry, the fact that Collins is changing his style, or trying to change his style. as we look at Steve Collins. Now, we knew him as a defensive fighter. Now, becoming an aggressive fighter, that's a bit like Nick Faldo dismantling his golf swing, going to Ledbetter and starting again.
No, wrong, that's wrong. What I'm saying is he hasn't forgotten his best asset, which is his boxing ability, but he's working on defense, or he's working on offense instead of defense continuously. It'll make him a more attractive and more saleable fighter for television. It'll also make him a more dangerous fighter, as we've seen there today. He just stood there, he let Strudwick come at him, he didn't move back, and he banged that right hand over. And you can see how much more dangerous a fighter he can be when he puts weight in his punches.
Orders, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 3.
Third round of this scheduled 8-rounder. Irish Steve Collins and Ian Strudwick. Strudwick decked, beautiful right-hander. Took a count of 8 in round 1.
Look for Collins to step the pace up now. He's going to stay in punching range more, give himself a better chance. Freddie King calling him in.
I think also, Barry, it was the defeat against Callum Bay that might have persuaded him to be a little bit more aggressive in the ring.
Yeah, you know, when you're fighting somebody in Italy who's from Italy, you've got to be aggressive, you've got to pour punches on, you've got to be offensive and come forward. And Steve didn't like to do that in the past, and now he realizes that at times he has to do it.
Strudwick trapped in a neutral corner.
I feel sure if he
Gets his way out well.
I feel sure if he hits Strudwick one clean shot, this fight could be over. He's planting his punches very well and looking very dangerous. Collins. Another right hand. Timing is much better in this fight again. Much more assertive, Dave. He knows what he wants. He's gone out there. He's setting about Strudwick in this round. Notice the way he stepped the pace up. Oh, what right hand is a cracking shot. Oof. His accuracy, he's turning it down every time. He's just pivoting and putting his weight over with it.
Right.
And this really is watching a master craftsman at work. Strudwick wrestled to his knees, just briefly.
Yeah.
A rare bit of success for Strudwick. That stung. Still Collins' round.
Yeah. He's won that round well. He's boxing very well.
So, end of the third. We'll take another break. Join us back at Olympia in just a couple of minutes.
What's this right hand again? Now he measures me. Left hook hit him on the button. Right hand missed. Hit him on top of the head. But he's setting his attacks up well.
You're watching Pro Box on Screen Sport. David Brenner and Barry McGuigan with you live at ringside. Round 5, Steve Collins against Ian Strudwick. Don't forget, main event, Eubank versus Holmes is next.
Switching to the body, Collins trying to bring Strudwick's hands down. Strudwick, since he's been knocked down, has got those hands back up, kept them up very high. So a good tactic to work on his body, to get the hands down again, make that chin sit out again.
Scarcely wasting a shot, Collins.
Strudwick's moving the upper body, a nice movement from him.
Decent fighter.
Certainly is a decent fighter, no doubt about that. But he's afraid to do too much work because he's getting nailed with that right hand every time he walks in, punching distance. So he's throwing little pitter-patter shots and not enough of them. And he's losing. He's got to step his pace up, but every time he opens up, he gets nailed by Collins.
Midway through the round, we are in round 4.
Yeah, Collins should try the left hook more. He's concentrating on the right hand too much, and try and put a bit more lighter shots in and set that big shot up. He's looking for it too much, and Strudwick can see him coming. Getting back on his toes, the boxing it. He's mixing his attacks up and down well. That's what he's got to do. If he's going to become world champion, he's got to be able to do both box and fight when he has to. And he's got to be able to decide when that happens.
Yes, although he's been looking for that big right hand, he hasn't ignored the jab, and that's been the bread and butter punch. It's been building up points throughout. See,
solid jab in this round now. He's picked up the jab again. Good boxing ability in this round. Good performance by Collins. He won that round by a mile.
well, it says quite something when you, on your record, have 3 defeats, 2 of them in world title fights, and won a very dubious decision against Sambu Kalambe for that European title in Italy. Never been stopped, of course. The world title fights against Mike McCallum and Reggie Johnson, both on points. No disgrace in losing to McCallum. But time not exactly on his side, Barry, at the age of 28.
No, certainly not. He needs to make his mark this year.
This is round 5, scheduled for 8.
Strudwick is not just doing enough. He's got to step his work rate up and push Collins back. He's way behind. He's got to try and steal a few rounds now. In my opinion, it's only a matter of time before Collins actually has him on the floor again, the way he's punching tonight.
Oh, he's so nearly put him away in the first. He's not the quickest of starters in the world, is Strudwick.
No, good right hand from Strudwick there. Hit Collins on the chin. Short right hand. There's too much space between Collins' punches. That right hand is a beautiful shot, but there's just a fraction too much time between his punches. He's got to put them together rapid fire.
Collins got him backed up in the corner again. Oh, good left. Winging away. Strudwick gets out without too many problems, though.
Yeah, he only got nailed with 2 of them. 10 punches went at him and he got caught with 2, so Collins will have put a lot of effort into that. He's putting weight into those punches. Oh, that right hand. Every time Strudwick comes forward. Hasn't hit him with the same effect since the first round all the same.
So once again, it looks as though Strudwick is going to safely negotiate a round. We're in the 5th, remember. This is scheduled for 8. Larry O'Connell has had very, very little to do, apart from administer a count to Strudwick in round 1. Again, let me remind you, Eubank Holmes Live follows this.
Yeah, Collins is just taking his time, fighting at his own pace. Strudwick's not making him fight so much, so he's just setting his own pace. And he's well ahead, nothing to worry about.
I think there'll be, although it's perhaps premature to talk about it, I think there'll be a little bit of disappointment from Collins' viewpoint if this does go the full 8, Barry.
Yes, it will, because he had him down in the first round. It looked like he was going to end the fight. And still, Strudwick has come back. So, he will be a bit disappointed. Nevertheless, good round in the last round again. This is the offence in the corner. He really has a go at him. Hit him with 2 of the 8 shots. All of those shots hit him in the glove or missed him. And Strudwick got out there before he took any more of them.
So we have 3 more rounds. These 3 rounds scheduled. Collins listening to Freddie King. Collins in the green, Strudwick the red and white.
Oh,
Right
hand
foot
again.
him. That was right on the button.
And all he's got to do now is place his shot rather than go wilder. That's not going to work. He's got to set it up, and hit him on the button again. He's trying hard.
Down.
Oh yes, right hand again. Twice on the floor. Larry O'Connell's giving him a warning.
And Larry O'Connell, quite sternly and quite rightly, warns Collins about hitting a man when he's down. No count. Strudwick complained bitterly.
Plenty of time in the round now, so he's still got time to finish Strudwick off.
Well, 2 minutes remain of this round. We're in 6.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of effort and energy into those shots and those attacks, and he's not hitting them with every one of them, so it's taking a lot out of them. It's taking a lot out of Collins. And so if he's trying to break him up, becoming a bit of a maul in the corner there.
Oh, the left this
Left
time.
again.
That was a good shot. Straight left. Got that right cocked. Just itching to throw it, Collins.
He has it like a spear there, about to throw a spear. He's just getting a bit wild, and again he's losing his composure ever so slightly. He's trying a bit too hard.
Strudwick still looks a little bit shaky.
There's no doubt he's shaky. He's shipped a lot of heavy punches in this round. Ooh, loaded up on that left hook and landed.
He's just teeing off now, and again.
again, Collins has somewhat let him off the hook. But he's hitting so hard tonight. All it takes is one more shot like that. There you go.
And Strudwick, yeah, frustration, sheer frustration from Collins. Strudwick did ever so well to get through that round.
For sure. Took a lot of punches. This round it looked like it was going to be terminated. And he got through it. Took a lot of good shots right on the button. Collins again got a bit wild and a bit out of control and got ticked off by the referee. Bang, that right hand really shook. So they hit him on the floor there again. He did nothing really clean, but the referee was right to give him a warning. Shouldn't have teed off when he was on the floor.
Now Freddie King's job is just going to be calm him down.
Just be a bit more controlled with his attacks, that's all.
Round 7.
So, 7. And you've got good money against it going that far. And Strudwick was down in the first. Down in the first legally, down in the second, or down in the last in the previous round questionably.
Well, the punch that put him down was a good shot, but he just hit him twice when he went down. Dangerous stuff. Could have got himself
Oh, that was a good shot from...
Beautiful right
that
hand.
was a good shot from Strudwick.
Gee, right on the button. Collins shows he can take a shot, but that was, you can't take too many more like that. That's right on the button, he got it. Walked right into it. That was his over-eagerness again.
I don't think his head's quite cleared yet, Collins. He's always a shot that from Strudwick. And that was equally good from the Irishman.
Oh yeah.
Down again. Legit. The count is 5. Eyes are focused. Oh, another good shot. And the left again.
Ready to pounce, Larry.
One more will do it, I'm sure. We're in the 7th.
Oh yeah.
That's it, all over.
Carroll was coming in anyway. Good performance.
A little wink for Collins, for Barry McGuigan sitting next to me. Guy's a class act, Barry.
Yeah, for sure. Good finish. He looked dangerous tonight. And most of the middleweights out there will be all watching this. This is the finish here. First knockdown, bang that right hand again. Just clipped him on the side, left hook. And he took a bit of a rest. You'll see the end again. This is the end. Right hand, left. Just measure him again. Right hand, hit him on the ropes. Now watch how his head goes back here. Bang. Referee said, that's it.
Larry O'Connell's intervention, impeccable. Now don't forget, coming up in a short while, we have the main event. Eubank against Holmes. All that to come here on ProBox from Olympia. We will return in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back. We've got a few moments before the main event of the evening. Chris Eubank against Lyndall Holmes, of course. What we'll do is we'll show you the last couple of rounds of a fight we had a little bit earlier. Mark Tibbs against Mark Pierce. It was a light welterweight contest. It was scheduled for 6 rounds. We pick it up at the start of round 5. Looks increasingly likely this could go the full trip now, but before it does, Tibbs will have to have a little bit of excess grease wiped off or redistributed by Dean Powell to referee Mike Jacobs' satisfaction. Round 5 it is, and I don't know about you, Barry, but I've given all 4 previous rounds quite easily to Tibbs.
Oh, Tibbs has walked away with this. Really good performance, and Pierce done as usual. Give him a good workout. but has just slowly eaten the punches in the last couple of rounds in particular. Look for a big finish from Tibbs. He'll try and step the pace up, and if he can, stop Pearce in the last 2 rounds.
I think the only factor that Tibbs has to guard against now is complacency and carelessness. Would be stupid just to walk into a sucker punch when you got this fight safely in the bag.
Good left hook from Pearce to the body there. Hit Tibbs around the short ribs, so not a bad effort from him, but Tibbs is just waiting a fraction too long. Pearce trying to bulldoze tactics, just rushing straight in, slamming away. Tibbs, instead of, oh, there you go, I was going to say, instead of measuring him with the right hand, should be snapping that left jab, but he showed me he's doing the right thing by that right hand, just bounced off Pearce's head. Cracker.
The only criticism I've got to level at Tibbs, and it's
And right hand again.
it's a small criticism. He doesn't follow the shots up, Barry. He crashes in these big shots with the single shots.
Yeah, he should be stepping the pace up. He took a rest in the last round and really had this guy at 6s and 7s and should have been trying to finish him. But he's looking for a good workout too, and he's not going to get excited, lose his composure. He's just holding it together and putting on a really nice boxing performance.
Round draws to a close and a round.
Good
Let's
right hand
repeat it.
again from
Really,
Pearce.
the previous completed 4 rounds. Tibbs well on top. Now Pearce goes to a neutral corner. Gives you some idea.
Yeah, it's an indication of how badly he's hurt there.
That's right.
Shaken and befuddled and confused. Took a couple of solid right hands
In
again.
fact,
in that round.
I think he thought it was the end of the fight.
Yes, I
The
think
way
he
he
did.
sort of, patted Mark Tibbs on the back. I think he thought that was it. But the bad news is for him it isn't. The good news is for the good news for Tibbs. He's got 3 more minutes to pour it on.
That's correct. Good right hand again from Tibbs. Look at the way he shot his head round with that right hand. But again, it landed on top of the head rather than on the chin. But he finished the round very strong.
Second down, and last round.
Yes, this is the last round of what has been a really one-sided performance from Mark Tibbs in the white against his opponent Mark Pearce from Cardiff. Excellent performance by Tibbs. And Pearce in trouble. Clash of heads. And I suppose that from the viewpoint of professional
right
pride,
hand with
Pearce
beautiful.
might go through this. Although not if he takes too many more of those combinations. Gorgeous.
Cracking right hand. You know what I like about Tibbs tonight? He's moving on his feet very well. His boxing ability is quite good. He's not getting hassled by Pearce. Pearce is really trying to use the bulldoze tactics, just pushing on top of him. And he's boxing very well. I like his movement on his feet too. He showed a couple of good moves there, switched his position and got out of trouble.
This is the first time that Tibbs has appeared on Pro Box, first time that Mark Pearce has appeared on Pro Box. And from Tibbs' viewpoint, pretty good debut. So, midway through the round, and if Pearce gets through the remaining 90 seconds, the only question will be, we'll see whether Mike Jacobs has given the maximum points available, 60.
Oh, right hand again. That is a beautiful shot. He's really worked on that. What I would like to see Tibbs do is work on his defence slightly more. He's inclined to leave that left hand a wee bit low, and when he fights a better class opponent, he will pick up punches, there's no doubt about that.
And Pearce really starting to look a sorry state now, bleeding quite heavily from the nose. The cut on his head has opened up again, and I think if this was going to go, say, if this was scheduled for 8 rounds, I don't think Mike Jacobs will let it continue.
No, you're right. He took a steady beating in this round. Pearce landed a right-hander, but took a better one himself.
Caught Tibbs with a couple of shots, but no power behind them.
Let go. Let command go. Box up.
Bearing in mind that Tibbs is only 23, can really only get better. Could be certainly one to watch over the next couple of years at light welter.
He has that one in the bag. Good performance.
So, there's a look at the loser. And as I said, a bit of a sorry state. All we have to see is how Mike Jacobs has scored this one, and I suspect it'll be the maximum margin possible. 60 points for Mark Tibbs and 57 for his opponent, Mark Pearce.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 6 hard rounds of boxing, the referee Mike Jacobs has scored the contest. Mark Pearce 58 points, Mark Tibbs 59.5 points. The winner is
well.
Mark Tibbs.
There you go. He did give the Welshman a round. There you go. But Tibbs, a very, very convincing winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation please to the loser of a very hard-fought contest indeed there, Mark Pearce.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that little unscheduled hors d'oeuvre to the main event, which comes up now. Chris Eubank against Lyndall Holmes, Eubank's 12th world title fight. Time now to take a look at both men. Time for you to pick a winner.
Side by side with smiles, not sneers. Holmes and Eubank meeting 2 years after this contest had first been proposed. Eubank claimed the WBO title in 1991, 4 months after Holmes had lost the IBF version. Since then, 5 have tried, 5 have been denied, though all but John Jarvis went the distance against Eubank. Even the Paraguayan Jimenez last November. Now another familiar pre-fight routine, with a question levelled against the champion as always. Does he deliberately make an easy fight difficult?
Of course not. Where there's a will, there's a way. If I was fighting Joe Bloggs, you know, I'd be the same way. It doesn't matter. You know, he still can lower my standard of living. He still can, you know, attack my pride, and I must try to disallow that with all the powers that I have, you know.
Holmes has fought just once in 18 months, yet his confidence for this contest obviously hasn't rusted.
He's not a big puncher. He's physically strong. Sometimes he tries to box. He's not the best boxer. He's an awkward type of guy. But I would just try to be prepared to do whatever it takes to win. I think I got superior skills. One thing I don't have that he has is youth. I'm 35, he's 26. But as far as skills, well, I think I got the superior skills.
That's not a claim supported by ringside observers.
One thing about critics, writers, people in the press, Everybody got opinions. And I say it all the time. It's like an asshole. Everybody has one.
There's poise and arrogance and pride surrounding Eubank. He concedes little to Holmes.
He has good skills. He's an awkward fighter, as well as I am. But I don't believe skills are far superior to mine. I'm true. I'm true to the form. I'm true to the man. I'm true to the warrior. I have that within me. I do have the true warrior within, and people recognize that, which is why they watch. That's why I get these viewing figures. You know, watching Chris Eubank is a compulsive thing. People must do it.
And the public's given plenty of opportunities. These days, true British sporting heroes are rare.
I mean, listen, I want to be unique, and I feel this is what I want to wear. Breeches, braces, it's what I feel like wearing, it's fashion.
In Moss Side, Manchester, Eubank polished his image in the Lineker Faldo mould.
I want to promote the right thing, do the right thing. Walk good, talk good, look good, pose good. Whatever your trade is, do it good. Be good, think good, be considerate.
And yet, consider this. Will Eubank ever be prepared to trade punches to please the punter?
The last very grueling fight I had was with Tony Thornton. Now, surely for anyone with a prudent and reasonable mind out there, surely you can't expect me to fight the top fighters every time I fight. You know, I'm a sportsman. From one point of view, I have to give everyone a chance, and from another point of view, I must try and equal it out to make myself last a bit longer. Because I can't burn myself out. That wouldn't be prudent, would it?
A champion fighting on his own terms, meeting who he wants when he wants. His approach is calculated, even clinical.
My game plan will be to outbox, outmaneuver, outthink, outsmart, and basically win a 12-round decision. Now, if I'm lucky, he will make a mistake, and I shall make it very cold and sharp in the finish, meaning that I'll knock him out.
34 fights, 34 wins. Strip away the peripheral activities and the reason for being remains. He's the world champion. It's not elementary for Holmes, it's his last chance of glory. And Eubank has promised to punish his first mistake with excruciating violence.
So there we are, the rule run over Lyndall Holmes and Chris Eubank. Time for the fight, time for Lyndall Holmes. You're watching ProBox on Screen Sport. I'm David Brenner, alongside me Barry McGuigan. This is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds for the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Here comes the challenger. He's from Detroit, in Michigan, United States. His name is Lyndall Holmes. He is the former IBF champion of the world. Now looking to beat Eubank and become the first man to defeat Eubank as a professional, making his third visit to Great Britain. He was over here in 1984, knocked out Roy Dangerman Guns in 6 rounds. A little later in 84, came back and took on Harold Bomagrev, then at his peak, and was KO'd in 5. A fighter who has been inactive really for the best part of the year, hasn't fought since outpointing Ralph Moncrief in November of last year. Previously to that, lost his IBF title to the schoolboy, Darren Van Horn, who stopped him in 11 rounds way back in May of 91. So just one fight since May of 91. So, the challenger in the ring, referee Stan Christodoulou of South Africa. We saw him, the referee, Eubank, against John Jarvis at GMEX, and that fight against Jarvis in April of last year was the last fight that Eubank won by a knockout. 3 points wins since then. You can see the grey-haired gentleman there. That's Billy Guts, Lyndall Holmes, manager and trainer, the wily old bird. Well, we're told Eubank is not ready to make his entrance for another minute, but bearing in mind that Holmes has been a world champion, Barry, I don't think this will faze him at all.
Now, this won't take a dot out of him. He's very experienced in that way. He's 35 years old. He'll be very philosophical about all the hype before a big title fight, so this won't faze him in the slightest. I just have to question his durability at this stage in his career. He was knocked out by Van Horn, who is himself a light puncher, and he was actually stopped with a body punch, and he has only had one contest since then. And you know, you have to say to yourself, well, how long is he going to last here?
Can you see him succeeding where 34 others have failed?
Absolutely not. It's only a matter of time and a matter of whether Eubanks has come to stop him or come to outpoint him.
More importantly, can Eubank perhaps win by a stoppage tonight?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's entirely up to Eubanks' attitude. Which Chris Eubanks turned up tonight, the explosive one or the defensive one? He wants to just have a couple of spurts and then a big defensive battle for 12 rounds. Let's hope it's not. Let's hope it's exciting, and let's hope it's, while it lasts, it's exciting.
Well, we have the fanfare, and then followed by the song that is now indisputably and ineradicably linked with Chris Eubank, Simply the Best. The strobe lights, the neons, the atmosphere builds, always special at any world title fight, and gets more special every time that Chris Eubank gets into the ring. Led in by Ronnie Davis. The belt following behind. Ready for business tonight. They used to boo him, now they cannot get enough of him. And there is no doubting at all that the charisma that Chris Eubank oozes has simply won over the detractors in virtually every quarter. I know some boxing purists have their doubts. Just look around you. Hardly a seat to spare at Olympia tonight, as he will climb up onto the apron, survey his domain, and vault over the top rope. Now. It's almost the start of a 12-act drama. A perfect 100% record, a record of which he is so proud.
WBO are the supervisor in charge, Mr. Mark Schechner from Miami, Florida. The judges are Mr. Walter Cavalieri from Italy, Mr. Cesar Ramos from Puerto Rico, and Mr. Arthur Ellison from Germany. Your referee in charge of the action this evening, Mr. Stanley Christodoulou from South Africa. Your timekeeper, Mr. Bob Edgeworth, and your matchmaker is Mr. Frank Turner. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a contest of 12 3-minute rounds of boxing to decide the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing in the red corner, wearing the white trunks, the challenger from Toledo, Ohio, USA. His record reads 45 wins, 36 KOs, 6 losses, and 1 no decision. The former IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Linda Holmes. And in the blue corner, wearing the yellow trunks from Brighton, his record wins undefeated in 34 wins, 18 by KO, the WBO Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Chris Eubank. At today's weigh-in, Holmes scale 11 stone, 13 pounds, Eubank 12 stone. The WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World.
Thank you, Mike Goodall. A quick word about the officials. Referee Stan Christodoulou of South Africa. Judges Walter Cavalieri of Italy, Cesar Ramos of Puerto Rico, and Arthur Ellison of Germany. They score. Stan, the man, does not. We have mandatory 8 counts in the event of a knockdown. 10 points to the winner of a round, 9 points or less to the loser. This is the main event. Eubank, yellow, champion. Holmes, white, challenger. Slip. Well, Holmes comes out. Means business, round 1.
Both of them are all over the place at the moment. They're just setting each other up. I'm glad to see that Holmes has not come to run, he's come to fight, which is good, which will mean that when Eubank starts banging him, he won't be getting on his bike.
Well, the
He's
battle
always known for quick counter punches and combination puncher, but I always believed he was a boxer rather than a fighter. But he seems to have come here to fight tonight.
The battle plan is lots of right hands from Holmes. That's what we hear. Into the chest, into the chin. But Eubank, as we know, has got a terrific chin.
Yes, indeed, he's got a superb chin. Probably his best asset is the fact that he takes such a great punch. It's not something to be proud of, but it's something that's very necessary. Tried a big sweeping right hand around the side, but Holmes, despite the fact that he's 35 years old, was too fly for that one. He's got his chin back out of the way. Eubank just feinting and trying to set Holmes up for that right hand. It's the right hand that he sets him up for every single time. Just stepping around him, keeping his hands up high, doing very little in this round, but again, putting weight in his punches right from the very start. You can see that Holmes has got quick hands, and certainly in the past he must have been a sharp puncher.
Bad fighters don't win world titles.
Absolutely. Eubank has a respect for him, obviously, moving around, keeping his hands up. But again, trying to land that quality punches rather than quantity in this round. Just picking his shots well, trying the big ones round the side. A very cagey opening round. Very even, in my opinion.
Yes, that little flurry right at the end might just have shaded it for Eubank, but it was a very even round. Let's take another look at that little flurry from Eubank towards the end of round one.
Yes, near the end of the round, he just decided to have a little try. Banged in the left hook to start with, as far as I can remember. Yeah, missed with the left hook, banged the right hand in. Tried the right hand again. That's his pet shot. It's a jackpot right hand that he's got.
He sort of bowls it
Yep.
like a cricketer.
Yeah, but he hits you on the chin with it. He's just disintegrated. He's got a tremendous overarm right.
So Eubank comes out for the second round of his 35th fight, his 12th world title fight at middleweight and super middleweight. Holmes looks pretty sharp so far.
Yeah, his hands are quite quick, there's no doubt about that. Surprised me somewhat. His punches are quick, light but quick. Eubank's loading up too much. He shouldn't do that this early in the fight. Try and get closer to him before he starts loading like that. But nobody tells Eubank what way to fight, and I'm sure he's not going to listen to what I have to say. But again, he'll want to step the pace up a bit. Oh, good right hand from Holmes. Tried a good corking right, twisted it down. Oh, good shot from Eubank to the body. Banging that left hook right on the borderline too.
Good right uppercut.
Try that uppercut again. Oh, Holmes
That
looks
hurt the
shaky.
challenger.
Oh, that right hand. Doubled up again with that left hook, Holmes, when Eubanks missed with that right hand. Doubled up good and quick. Quick hand, there's no doubt about that, and has obviously prepared himself well for this contest.
Well, Eubank, as has been his custom recently, has been sparring with Chris Pyatt. That's a good sparring partner to have. And by the way, we feature Chris Pyatt on Tuesday on Pro Box.
Eubank again, just taking, he's going to pick his shots here. There's nothing, he's not going to try and outpoint this guy. He wants to knock him out. He wants to pick his shots, load up and bowl this guy over and get him out of there. Holmes is flying, he's quick, and although he's 35 years old, he's still got reasonably good defensive skills, and his hands are quite quick. When Eubank misses, he gets right in there with his shots very quickly. The pace is very slow.
Which will suit Holmes.
Yes, indeed. But his punches are very powerful, Eubanks. There's no doubt about that. Oh, good counter punching from Holmes. That's good. That's impressive stuff.
Last 10. Holmes got a better reach than Eubank. 75 inches to 73.
a better round from Holmes. He didn't start the round off too good. Eubank looked very positive at the start of the round, but Holmes finished it well. All the combinations are good, and he's a good counter puncher. When Eubank misses, he doesn't let him get away with it. He makes him pay for it. So Holmes is certainly sharp, and there's no doubt he's done his work for this. In fact, he's got himself in a good shape. Tried the right uppercut in the early part of the round, Eubanks, and it seemed to unsettle Holmes, and he went back, but he was very quick to reassert himself and come back with his nice little tidy combinations. On a number of occasions, Eubank missed with that sweeping right, and Holmes was very quick to counter punch.
Now, I don't know whether it's significant, but the last few Eubank fights we've covered, he's worn the Mexican Reyes gloves. Tonight, neither man is.
Yeah, there's no doubt that will have a difference, because the British gloves are made of closed cell foam, and there's not the same number of knockouts with that type of a glove. They're also 10 ounces. When you go above middleweight, you've got to use 10-ounce gloves rather than 8-ounce and 6-ounce when you go below welterweight. Sorry, when you go below, well, yeah, that's correct. Below welterweight, you use 6-ounce gloves.
Holmes. Confident start by the challenger and former IBF version of this title.
Yeah, he's a cutie, and that's the type of fighter that's going to give Eubanks trouble. Fellas that are smart counter punchers, smart box fighters are going to give him trouble. But the fact is, he's 35 years old, and you can never get away from that fact. And when Eubanks really hits him on the button, that's when he will just come apart at the seams. But at the moment, he's holding it together very well, and he's fighting on level terms.
Yes, he is.
See how quick he is to counter punch when Eubank has that big sweeping right. He brings that left hook in, doubles it up really quickly. Remember, Van Horn stopped him with a body punch. So look for Eubank to bang in that left hook more often, mix it in more often.
Good left from Eubank. Likes counter punching. It's what brings out the best in him. Nice drawing his man on.
Oh, right hand from Eubank.
That was a
Beautiful.
corking shot.
Right on the button. You can actually see Lyndall Holmes beginning to blow a bit. You can see him breathing. Watch his mouth open, and he's gulping in big mouthfuls of breath. Feeling the pace already.
Which is not a good sign, but the pace still quite slow.
Yeah, but Eubank has stepped it up in this round. There's no doubt about that. And there's a cut appeared on the
Left eye
left
of Holmes.
Yeah, just running down his nose, on the right-hand side of his nose.
And that must have been caused by one of those big Eubank overarm rights, because there hasn't been a clash of heads or anything even remotely near. Eubank has seen it, stalks it, goes for it. Last 10.
Double up left hook and a right hand from Holmes, but it never even made him blink, Eubank. Oh, left hook again from Eubank.
We'll take a break at the end of this round 3. Join us back in just a moment.
A couple of good attacks from Eubank in this round. When he hit Holmes, every single time he hit him, he looked really shaky and shook up, but he came back near the end of the round himself with a couple of good left hooks, and he tried that right hand down the hit Eubank on the button, but never even made him blink.
4th round. Holmes, the challenger, in white. Eubank, the champion, in yellow. And the suspicion of a nick on Holmes' left eye.
Eubank starting to edge forward and take control of the fight. At the end of that last round, he was in control. He was fighting from the center of the ring. He was in the driving seat, as it were, and just punching Lyndall Holmes all over the ring, pushing him back and picking the quality punches. solid left jab is forcing Lyndall Holmes back. Jabbing him to the body, that's a great move. You jab him to the body, get his hand down and come over the top with the right hand. Oh,
Good left hook.
Oh, and the right hand again. Banging the body
Eubank.
too. Eubank's banging the body, that's good stuff. Took a few shots himself, but didn't faze him. Trying the uppercut again. Holmes is not bent over enough to try that uppercut. See what Holmes done there when Eubank took a step to the side with his hands down. He rushed in quickly with a double left hook. The first one sort of clipped him, but the second one missed him. It was a good try, good effort from him.
Keep those punches up!
That right hand of Eubank just looks so dangerous.
Eubank just looks several degrees stronger than the challenger. At least he does at the moment. Circles Holmes. First one way, then the other.
They're both just fencing at the moment. Eubank is putting a lot of effort into his punches. That takes a lot out of you. It really does when you don't fire the same volume of punches, but when you put effort into them, it's very tiring.
Oh, it's good defense from Eubank. "15 seconds to the end of the round." Holmes has been finishing the rounds well.
Well, Holmes is certainly still dangerous. He's still firing that right hand and trying it very hard. Oh, that right hand! That's a beautiful shot. Right on the bell.
Right on the bell. That really was a corker from the champion. Gazing at us.
When is he ever going to learn to get back to his corner? He'll need that rest in the later rounds if the fight goes that far.
This is worth another look.
Yeah, that right hand was an absolute cracker. He just missed him every single time he threw it in that round, but that one didn't miss him. Look at the way it unsettled Holmes right back and rocked back on his feet. He was at 6s and 7s there, that's for sure.
And there was the bell.
Here we have a look at it again. Now watch the way Holmes' chin just shoots right, his head twists back violently. What a shot. That was a cracking punch right on the button.
Sure was. He then stood, glared almost at Barry McGuigan and me, as if to say, what do you think of that, guys? We thought it was good. This is round 5. And this is excellent tactics from Holmes. Come out, best form of defence, you know the old cliche. That caught Eubank in the eye.
Yeah, those little short punches on the inside. In his last fight, he was trying to use more lighter punches when his opponent got close to him, instead of throwing the big heavy shots with all the weight in them all the time. He's been doing that extensively in this fight, and now he's starting to mix in lighter punches on the inside. He's got to do that because Holmes is so cute. He'll not be hit with the big wide ones every time. He's too cute for that. So you've got to try and disguise him and try to trick him into walking onto that shot. And that can be done with light, fast punches rather than big, heavy shots all the time. But Holmes is coming back in this round, there's no doubt about that. He's got himself into shape for this fight. He's kept himself in a good condition, and he's well enough preserved.
Holmes now bleeding from the nose.
Left hook was that beaut. Oh, he's really shaking there. That left hook really hurt him. No doubt about that. That really. Oh, that
right uppercut
again. He's picking his shots well, Eubank. He's using his intelligence here, boxing very well.
And starting to do a little number on Lyndall Holmes. Billy Gotts in the Holmes corner. Urging forward. Right above us. The forearm forcing Eubanks' head back. Stan Christodoulou says, don't.
Good
Good
right hand
into
of the body from
body.
Eubank.
In, out and away quickly.
Yeah, he's recovering well enough when he misses with those shots. That left hook to the body was good again. They're good. They're sinking in there, and they'll really hurt Holmes in the later rounds. Good right hand again. Oh, this is the guy's coming apart now. Eubank is starting to step the pace up. He's really taking control. Oh, that left hook is so dangerous. But he's not hitting the target because he's telegraphing it.
This is another good round for Eubank, who is slowly and surely establishing his ascendancy over the challenger.
Another good round from Eubank. He's really beginning to take over now, Dave.
You have, Chris. I mean, do you think this fight's going to go on for much longer?
Looking at Chris, I think if he put a few shots together and, you know, kept the pressure on, I think he could get this guy out of the way, but he seems to have slipped into one pace and he don't really seem as though he's pulling himself out.
He started so sharply, Chris, didn't he?
That's right, he started very sharp. He's been looking sharp in the gym. I've been sparring with him, but he just seems to have, I don't know, I think he's trying to take Holmes out with one shot instead of, you know, putting a few shots together and keeping the pressure on.
Talking of sparring, he had trouble.
Chris Pyatt, Chris Eubanks' chief sparring partner, and of course Chris Pyatt in action at the Dome in Doncaster on Tuesday against Colin Manners of Leeds. We will be there. Join us Tuesday night. In the meantime, back live at Olympia, round 6.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear what Chris Pyatt said. He sort of slips into that mode sometimes, Eubank. It really depends on what Chris Eubank turns out. If he wants to be exciting, he can be exciting, but if he wants to be laborious, he can also be laborious and fight in little spasms and then take a break. But I feel sure that if he hits this guy with a couple of clean shots, he can get him out of there. There's no doubt about that. His power is really good tonight. All he's got to do is step the pace up and keep it up, make a consistent effort. Should maybe also try and bang the body more often. Not just 1, but 2 and 3 and 4 into the body.
3 little cutting lefts, all unanswered.
That's better. Oh, that right hander. All he's got to do is step the pace up here.
And this doesn't look so good for Holmes.
Much better from Eubank. But look, watch what he does. He sits back and admires his work. Get this guy out of here. Could have an early night if he could just step the pace up and mix his punches up and down. He's concentrating too much on the head at the moment. Should bang that solar plexus too. That's better from him. He must be hearing me.
Holmes starting to blow quite heavily now. And we're not yet at the halfway stage.
Yeah, but he's been looking like this for 3 rounds. I thought he looked like he was blowing in the 3rd round, and yet here we are in the 6th, and he doesn't look a great deal different. So he has got one of those sort of poker faces that you just can't tell, expressionless faces.
It's significant that a lot of the shots that Holmes was scoring with in the first 2-3 rounds, he's now missing with.
He is throwing his fair share of shots all the same. Now, when Eubank puts his back to the ropes, and you know, Holmes is cute. Look at the way he just parried that left jab there and banged the right hand over. He's coming back with his own shots, and Chris can't afford to hang his chin out like that. You know, we know he's got a great chin, but everybody that's got a good chin, one time or another, begins to falter. He can't hang his chin out This guy's a classy enough opponent. He's older, but he's cute. Look at this, waving those shots. He means them.
Bell about to go at the end of round 6. Another useful round for the champion. Halfway stage, I've got him quite comfortably in front. What about you, Barry?
Yeah, I haven't got him 2 rounds, possibly 3 rounds up. A couple of clips in there. He hit him. Now that's good because the referee wasn't shouting at them to break. He was holding Holmes and he wasn't punching. So Eubank just came out of that clinch there with a couple of good shots. But again, you see, he drifts in and out of these attacks and doesn't really step the pace up enough. He needs to step the pace up more. Unsettle Lyndall Holmes, push him back, push him off guard, turn him around and hit him at different angles.
Round 7 of this WBO World Super Middleweight title fight, live on Screen Sport from Olympia. David Brenner, Barry McGuigan with you at ringside.
He's got to put that right hand over straighter. You know, the big club and right hand round the side is... Holmes is just tucking his chin down, he's hitting him on the back of the head. It's not doing him any harm. He's got to twist it over like a screwdriver. Just twist that right hand over and make it straighter with much more effect.
Good right uppercut. That got through.
Oh, a double left.
That was
hook
good.
Holmes.
That was good. And Eubank catches a couple. Well, Michael Watson had him down, which there was no dispute about. Nigel Benn did as well, and there was a little bit of controversy about that.
You watch Holmes, he's putting weight in those punches. Look at he's putting all the weight behind him. He's on the flats of his feet from the first round. Every one of those shots, he really means business with them. They're jackpot punches.
Better round for the challenger, this. Dazzling combination from the champion. And again!
That's much better. It's developed into a very good contest.
It is. It is.
Eubank is allowing Holmes just to stop him punching on the inside. Should be turning him round, push him back, you know, switch his angles and just bang him on the side, unruffle him, and, you know, don't allow him just to stand nonchalantly there and block him and stop him. Good right hand again from Eubank. More length in that one and it was straighter.
Some success for the challenger in this round.
Oh, good left hook to the body. That's a good quality shot. Oh, he's really trying with that right hand. Holmes did look shaky there. Again, the right hand.
Good round. Both men had their moments.
Yeah, Holmes did try really hard in this round. Look at that left hook. Hit him right on the button. And Eubank got that right hand up again to block any further left hooks, but had some success in that round into Holmes.
Round 8 of this World Championship contest, sponsored by the Daily Mirror and the Sunday Mirror, live at Olympia. Eubank flirting with danger a lot tonight, more than usual.
Yeah, this guy's turned out to be a more difficult opponent than we all thought. I'll tell you one thing, he can bang much harder than I thought too. I was of the opinion that he was a lighter puncher, but he certainly is putting weight in these shots tonight.
Well, they say you never lose your punch. It's always the last thing to go.
That's correct. But the first thing you lose is your speed, and he hasn't lost too much of that either, which is surprising. Eubank comfortably ahead, but that was a better round from the challenger. I would have given him that round. Oh, a good left hook from Eubank. You see the way he hangs that chin out? Once he delivers that hook, he leaves his chin up in the air, and Holmes is coming back.
Oh, good right again from Eubank. The side of the head.
He's trying to knock him out with every one of these shots. He should be trying to put more combinations together instead of just singular shots. Hit Holmes with a good right hand. Holmes come right back with his own left hook. It may take an awful lot out of you when you're trying that hard.
Midway through round 8. And new respect from Eubank for the challenger.
Good right hand, but only just a left hook after just 2 punches. Got to be more than that. To get this guy out of there, that's much better. Those doubling up with those left hooks. Should be trying more of that. Wouldn't take so much out of himself, and would set Holmes up for that corking right hand that Eubank has. Has been fought at a good pace in the last 2 rounds, for sure.
Indeed.
Right hand from Holmes, he's really trying with that. He's going for broke every single time. Eubank up on his toes, how often do you see that? It's better, it's good boxing for him. This is a
good
nice
round.
exhibition of boxing skills.
Put a round for the champion.
Yeah, that's a better round.
No, here is Lyndall Holmes. Been around an awful long time. Turned professional in 1979. Fought a man called Rodney Coop in Michigan and knocked him out in a round. Been in with some good fighters throughout his career.
Some good work in this round from Eubanks. He switched on his boxing skills in this round. Good left hook, but again, in the early part of the round, it was just 1 punch at a time, and at the end, he started picking his boxing skills up and used his jab and got up on his toes. Good stuff.
So they come out for the start of round 9. Chris Eubank, the champion in yellow. Lyndall Holmes, originally from Motor City, Detroit, in white.
Holmes is not throwing too much. He's blocking and guarding very well, getting his hands up, tucking his chin in a sort of peekaboo style in behind his gloves, and then just staying there. There's no movement at all in his legs. Legs are very static, but he's making himself a very difficult target to hit. And when Eubank is fighting in sports like that, he just lets his hands down, has a breather. When Eubank comes back in, gets him up again. So you've got to try and be sneakier and get through that peekaboo style.
Good shot.
Good right hand. Again, took the sting of it, just hit Holmes on the shoulder as it went in. Hits a shot, this guy. Oh, double left hook. See the way he's trying there?
Yes, certainly is.
He's really giving it everything.
Certainly is. Giving Eubank a real workout. That was on the gloves. That wasn't.
If you need a spade, just really have a go at him on the ropes here. You know, don't be standing in front of him. Give him angles. Punch him. Step to his right and bang him with 3 or 4 right hands at a time. Don't stand right in front of him.
Good body shots.
Just one, but Dave, he's got to double that. If he double that up and then pop that right hand over too, with much more effect. It's easy to say and stand on this side of the ropes, but you know, that's the way you're gonna hit Holmes with the right hand. You got to double up the left hook and try to disguise that right hand in some way. Jump right back in again. He's attacking at a steady pace rather than giving him sort of attacking him at different times. Oh, good right hand from Eubank again. That was a good one. Shouldn't be attacking him at the same time, at the same pace. You should break it up, break his rhythm up.
Good round for the champ.
Listen, the challenger's eye is really swelling up now.
Yes.
Underneath and above.
They need to get to work with the iron on that left eye, which is getting very puffy, very swollen. All as a result of those right-handers.
Much better round from Eubank.
Much.
He had Holmes on the ropes here on a number of occasions, and watch what he does here. He tries the right hand, then it's little pitter-patter stuff to get back out. Now that wasn't the combination, I apologise. He was trying again here. This is where he's trying with the big sweeping punches. But definitely a better round from him. Won that handsomely.
3 rounds to go. I've got Eubank 3, possibly 4 rounds in front at this stage. But I tell you, this is a good workout Lyndall Holmes is giving him.
Certainly giving him a great workout, no doubt about that. And he's still very dangerous. We saw in that round where he really went for broke when Eubank missed with the right and went off balance. Holmes went after him and really sweeped at him with that left hook, threw himself off balance completely.
Now, we have wondered in the past about the Eubank stamina. But this has not been fought particularly fast. In fast bursts, yes. Right above us.
It's a better attack from Eubank. Holmes hasn't got the energy to go after him. He knows it's a better tactic if he stays and waits for Eubank to come at him.
For sure, for sure.
Got a better chance of catching the champion. The pace has dropped again. These guys have tried hard, and I mean, there's been some really hard and really effort put into some of those attacks by Eubank and by Holmes. So the both of them have good reason to be tired. Eubank, you know, you feel sure that if we could step the pace up. You know, the one thing he's been guilty of sometimes is being a bit more on pace. But this, you know, none of those punches actually got through. I think one left up the middle got through, but the rest of them were just hitting Holmes on the arm. So, but he's look at Holmes' legs. He's no movement at all. If he just switched his angles, Eubank, and just pushed him back, got him off balance, and attacked him from different sides.
Once again, tries the right uppercut. As Barry's pointed out, Holmes too upright a fighter to be caught by that. A quieter round this.
Good body shots at the end from Holmes.
Once again, Ronnie Davis has to yell him back to the corner. Here's Ronnie, man Chris calls the human pit bull. Freddie King working the corner as well. Over the other side, Lyndall Holmes. And
the pattern in this round was basically the same as the last one. Eubank fighting in spurts again, pushing Holmes back to the ropes, but being unable to get through that tight defence of his. And that one left uppercut sort of nailed him on the button, but didn't have a real weight in it. And using the iron on that eye of Lyndall Holmes, pressing the ends well.
Round 11.
well, the 11th round was the round in which Holmes lost his IBF title to Darren Van Horn.
Who incidentally is a non-puncher at all, but he hit him with a body shot. Now Eubank, can he step the pace up here and prove us all wrong that he really can finish a guy off in the late stages?
The left eye looks very dodgy, and so does Holmes. You can hardly see out of that left eye now.
He's really tired. Holmes, Eubank has just got to step it up, really have a go at
He
it.
could just put a sustained 30-second
effort.
burst.
That's correct, a sustained combination of punches, push him back and try it again.
Holmes plods wearily onto the champ.
Hook from the champ. Hit him right on the button, hit Holmes right on the button. His legs buckled a bit, but seems to have
Takes a
got
good shot,
himself
doesn't he?
together again. There's no doubt that he takes a good shot to the chin. Eubank seemed to grimace there from that body shot from Holmes.
I think it was a little low.
Holmes is still trying, he's still in there with a chance. Those are good shots again.
Good right from Holmes.
Eubank looks at him and says, well, you're not going yet, that's for sure. The Americans going crazy in their own corner here.
I haven't had too much to cheer, tell you the truth.
Eubank, he looked like he had Holmes in real trouble there in the early part of the round, and wasn't able to step the pace up again.
No, that's if only. Last 30.
Yeah, you have to say that there's a question mark over his stamina. There's no question about that. You can't fight in sports like this without somebody questioning your stamina.
And yet, he's done enough to win the round, so...
Oh, indeed he has. He's done enough to win it, and that's enough as far as he's concerned.
Well, as we come to the final round, now what Eubank, a street ahead, and it looks increasingly as though he's on his way to his 12th successful world title fight.
Good attacks at the start of the round, that right hook around the side, and it looked like Holmes was really in trouble here. Eubank did have a good, strong attack at that stage, pushed him back, and tried hard, but again went back into his shell again, and Holmes was allowed to come back into the fight. And you have to say that he will be disappointed if he doesn't end Holmes inside the 12 rounds, and that looks very unlikely at this stage.
Well, since KOing John Jarvis in 3, he's outpointed Ron Essett, Tony Thornton and Juan Carlos Jimenez. It looks as though he's going to go the full trip against the former IBF champion Lyndall Holmes. Last round. Then again. Now, can he finish it? Literally on the ropes is the challenger.
The challenger is holding plenty back.
Eubank frustrated, grimaces.
Well, the challenger, Lyndall Holmes, is really having a go here. He tries that left hook to the body because there's no doubt that he did hurt Eubank with it. That's a good shot. He doubles it up very quickly. Eubank calling him in and said, "Come on, I want you." You can be sure that's a little feint. He doesn't really mean that, not in the 12th round of it. You have to consider for him a tough fight. These guys have tried really hard. You always get a bit frustrated with Eubank. You think that he could do it, he could end it.
It's been a very good world title fight, this. It really has.
There's no doubt it's been fought. Holmes has fought a really strong and determined fight and tried very hard to beat the champion, but he's been soundly outpointed in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely, and mine too. I'm sure for Holmes, the last hurrah. Last minute. Not a bad round, this, for the challenger. Got to give him at least a share of it so far.
He's a better round. He's won this round, Dave, if he continues to do this. Eubank has thrown a few punches, a few little pitter-patter ones on the ropes when Holmes is in the ropes, but Holmes definitely see the better quality punches. Now, oh yes, he's got him in trouble here. 30 seconds to go. You have to say it's a typical Eubank performance. Frustrating for the punchers. Looks like he could have stopped it, but has done more than enough to win this fight on points. But didn't finish the round strong enough to look impressive, and the people will remember the last round.
Good fight. Well, Eubank a winner by 118 to 113. We shall see. We have judges from Italy, from Puerto Rico, and from Germany. For my money, Eubank has taken his record to 35-0 and has successfully completed not only his 12th world title fight, but also his 6th defense of his WBO super middle title. Now the crowd up on the feet. Freddie King's going to get the gloves off. The cameraman poised. There they are. Fleet Street's finest over the top rope. Crowd behind us on their feet as well. Ronnie Davis and Freddie King cutting the gloves off. And they've got the result pretty quick. Mike Goodall has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous
It's unanimous decision.
The round scores 117, 112.
117, 112.
116, 114.
116, 114.
Scores 120, 109.
Oh, every round, Eubank.
And still,
yes,
super middleweight
still champion. 35 and 0. Well, some disparity in the scoring, Barry. One judge scoring at 116, 114. One judge scoring at 120, 109.
Yeah, I think he went over the top. I thought that Holmes put up a very spirited performance, and he certainly deserved one or two of the rounds and a share of another few.
Well, no complaints from the Holmes camp. And we hope we will talk to Chris Eubank in a moment. He's coming out of the ring to join Gary Newbon. There's Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes. Lyndall Holmes. And the doctor just checking Chris Eubank at the moment out on the apron.
Right, Chris. Well, first of all, let's talk about your opponent, who was really game.
Let me congratulate him. Now that was one tough man, and all respect is due to him. Let me do something, because I promised some people I would do this. Mr. Prime Minister, please, can you allocate more funds to the inner cities? These kids ain't got nothing else to do but go to crime. We need something more constructive in accordance to sports. We need something more constructive in accordance to education. All these cuts have to stop. My mother once told me that all men with grey hair are good people, so I know you can do it, Mr. Prime Minister.
Okay, let me ask you something now. You've asked the Prime Minister something. Let me ask you now if we can start stepping up the class of opponents, because, you know, we want to see you in with the very best. You promised at the beginning of the season, or beginning of the year, that you were going to fight the best people. Now, Lyndall Holmes did very well, but he is an elderly boxer with a very good future behind him.
I wasn't fighting his age. I was fighting the man, and the man proved to be very, very, very good.
The result was inevitable. You know, it was a hard fight, but you were always going to win it.
Okay, I mean, that may have looked that way to you. Still, after the last 12 rounds, I tried to knock him out. He was game. He kept on coming. All due respect is due. Next question.
Okay, next question is about, a lot of questions being asked, Chris, about your stamina. I mean, you don't sustain these excellent attacks of yours. Is there a stamina problem there over 12 rounds?
Everyone's got a stamina problem. Everyone gets tired. I work strictly on power. All my punches are hard punches. That's why I may seem to get tired from time to time. But 35 fights, 35 wins. You can't touch that.
I can't beat it. No one can beat it.
Can I just say,
very quickly,
if you're going to cut off, Karen, love you bad coming home. Love you strong.
And the crowd still love you, mate.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Gary. And Karen, yes. Him out of doors, will be home soon. Now then, we're going to be out and about on Tuesday again. We're up in Doncaster, Chris Pyle against Colin Manners. That's going to be a good fight. And then next Tuesday, next Saturday, from Doncaster, we go to Dagenham for the British heavyweight title, Herbie Hyde against Michael Murray. Michael Murray, remember, we saw demolish the new WBO cruiserweight champion, Marcus Bock of Germany. So, Chris Eubank, still a world champion. Michael Ayers earlier this evening demolished the South African Danny Myberg. A good night once again for British boxing. We'll see you at the Dome in Doncaster on Tuesday. For now, though, from Barry McGuigan and from me, David Brenner, at ringside, bye-bye.